What's up everybody, whydavis here, back with another review. So I'm showing you guys the top 10 shoes of 2022. Now I know my voice sounds crazy. My voice wasn't sounding like this yesterday. I just woke up and I have no voice today, so bear with me. But I just wanted to show you guys my top 10 shoes of the year. Now if you guys watched that short clip, oh my goodness. Now if you guys watched that video in the beginning with all the shoes in Flight Club, that was me in Flight Club a few weeks ago. I had got a face shoe from Face Gym, which is not that far from Flight Club in New York. And it made me think of a very good question when I was showing you guys all those shoes right there. And what does it mean to be a sneakerhead? Does it, and I want to know you guys' opinion on this. What do you think is the meaning of a sneakerhead? Is a sneakerhead someone that's been around since the first release of the OGs, since they first retroed? Someone that goes out and get the shoes for retail every week? Someone that knows a lot of knowledge behind the shoe? Or, you know, somebody that just has a whole bunch of hype? Or, you know, can you be granted into being a sneakerhead as well? I just want to know your guys' thoughts on that. In my opinion, a sneakerhead is somebody that just loves shoes in general. It doesn't really matter if, you know, you've seen Michael Jordan play or anything like that, but if you know a little bit of knowledge about it, or, you know, if you could tell, you know, a few different stories about how you got a shoe and, you know, what made you interested into it, that's a sneakerhead to me personally. It doesn't really matter about like the hype around the shoe, even though like some things do have a lot of hype built around it. That doesn't really matter to me. It's just about, you know, having a good variety of shoes. Now everybody's opinion may be different on that, but I want to know you guys, you know, intake on that. I mean, I have a lot more to say about my topic and why I think a OG sneakerhead or a sneakerhead should be called an OG sneakerhead. So like, what's the difference between a regular sneakerhead and an OG sneakerhead? You know what I mean? So in my opinion, I have a definition of a sneakerhead and I have a definition of an OG sneakerhead. You know what I mean? But let me know what you guys think in the comments box below. I've always been wondering, like, what does that mean to somebody? And I thought it was a good chance to ask you guys about that in this video. Now, this video was supposed to be uploaded hours ago, and, you know, I was just so pissed off that I put so much time and effort into editing it, and then it didn't upload, so I had to redo the whole video all over, guys. So this is the message I've been seeing on my screen, but the video is finally here. I had this little table right here and I tried to fit as many sneakers on it as possible, but there is a lot of shoes missing because I had to make some business decisions and sell a few of those shoes because they were going for a lot of money. And, you know, in life, you know, people get mad about you having certain things, but, you know, they don't understand what it took to get there. They don't understand, you know, or they don't see what you did when nobody was looking to get where you are now. So with that being said, I just want to say that everything in life is about buying and selling. If you're at a job, you're selling yourself to the company to hire you. If you're working for them, you're doing a job for them so they could charge somebody else more money. And it just keeps going down the line, whatever you want to look at it. When people say, why are you waiting on this long line? I can ask you, why are you waiting on this long line to get something to eat? Why are you waiting on this long line to buy something that you don't need? So it goes a long way down the line. You know what I mean? With that being said, you know, just do whatever makes you happy. And, you know, nobody is paying your bills. Nobody is, you know, making love to you 9 times out of 10 in these comments that has these hateful, disrespectful, you know, comments to say about you. And, you know, just do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy. I felt like this was the best way to make myself happy. So I started this journey 2 years ago. And, you know, it's been a blessing since then. Honestly, it's always been a passion for me. And now it's how I make money. And with that being said, you know, I have a lot of sponsorships and, you know, I met a lot of good people. I was in a documentary this year and it's only the beginning. So with that being said, if you guys have a dream to do something or to start a YouTube channel, you might as well just do it. It doesn't matter what people are saying, they're going to watch anyway. You know what I mean? If they're not watching, they will watch you soon. But yeah, so let's get right into it, guys. So this is my top 10. Like I said, it's a few shoes missing because I had to make a few business decisions. And, you know, sometime when a shoe is going for about $2,000 and I bought it for about $15, I'm going to make that $500. With that being said, there's about 5 shoes that's missing. The Kobe Mamacita, I had to sell that shoe. I couldn't keep that shoe. It was just going for too much money and it didn't fit me. So there was no reason for me to keep that. But that would have been in my top 10. Another shoe would have been in my top 10 was an Off-White Brooklyn, the green one. I had bought that from my boy. He had won the raffle for that, and I bought it off him for about, I think it was $1,600, but it would have been $1,500, but then he beat me at Madden for $100. So yeah, he got that one off on me. Madden 23 sucks this year. But yeah, Another shoe that would have been in here was the Nike Dunk Low Jackie Robinson. That would have been in my top 5, but I had to sell that shoe. I got like $450 for that shoe in like months ago, and now it's going for $450. Just certain things, you know, you gotta let go, because this is, again, a business. This is a shoe, and if I'm able to get 1 or 2, you know what I mean, sometimes it's just better for me to sell it, in my opinion, you know what I mean. Now some shoes I'm tied to and I have sentimental value to, but some shoes is just not a must if it's gone, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm a human being, I'm grown, I pay my own bills, and if I can make $500 from something that I bought at a way cheaper price, I'm gonna let it go. Depending though, if I got, like, for example, I don't even know what Travis Scott is, it's somewhere up here, but this shoe, you know, I bought it for retail and I traded to get a different size for this size here. And I wish I would have never traded that shoe, because I was the first ever Travis Scott ever won. But that was a decision I made at the time, you know what I mean? Because, you know, sometimes we make bad decisions and then we think back on it and then try to make better ones later on. But yeah, anyway, let's get right into it, guys. So another thing you guys may be wondering about, like, how do I afford all of these shoes, right? So of course, when I first started YouTube, I was not making, you know, thousands of dollars. And I had to really stick to it and just focus on my passion, focus on my grind, put my head down and just work. Now, with that being said, the best way to go about this, if you guys are trying to get into buying shoes or just want to have a better life and have your, you know, money to yourself until the end of the month, or, you know, I thought my TV switched off in the back, or just want to further yourself and, you know, just have a better living, I would say get yourself a credit card. Now, in my opinion, the best 2 credit cards to have right now is definitely an Amex Gold, which is this card right here. It's the Amex Gold, and then the other card will definitely have to be the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This is the best card in America, in my opinion. If you're able to get this Chase Freedom Unlimited card, it's the best card in America, better than the Amex. I use this card for everything. I mean, I don't use my debit card to pay any bills. Anything I can pay with a credit card, it gets put on this card right here, the Chase Unlimited. It's the best card ever. Now, there is a difference between the 2 cards. One card is a charge card and one card has a balance, but technically Amex, even though it's a charge card, you do technically have a limit depending on how much you make a year, unless you like start, you know, spending so much to where like you build a frequency of, you know, how much you're spending every month. So, you know, let's say like this month I might spend $5,000. Next month I might spend $6,000. They might say, hey, what's going on? Can you make a payment? Or, you know, shut your card down. You got to call in, things like that, because they just want to see like what's going on. You know what I mean? They're very protective. They're not like a real bank. So they are very strict about what you can do with the card. But once you start spending, you know, more and more and more, being consistent, you know, you go have a little bit more leniency on, you know, the purchases and things you can buy with that card. Same thing with a regular credit card. You know, at first, once you start spending a lot on it, they're gonna be like, hey, is this fraud or whatever the case may be. But once you start doing it month after month after month, you know, you will have the ability to use that card forever. And then they start increasing your amounts on there like crazy. I think I went from like, when I first got the card, 2,000 to like 10,000 to like 20,000 and then like 30,000 or something like that. And then I had like thousands of dollars in points. I'll put a picture up right here to show you guys. But I mean, you get points on this like crazy, guys. I use this for everything. There's no reason for you to use your debit card when somebody says, here's a credit card, and you're gonna get back 1.5% on everything you use. And also on certain months or different months, they do add or switch around where you could add more percentage on the card and things like that. But honestly, the best way to go is to get a credit card and just live your life off of a credit card. I don't mean like buy things where you can't pay them back. I mean, like, if this was something that you're gonna buy anyway, put it on the card, build that credit, build that trust with somebody else, and you're getting money back. You know what I mean? So if you spend $100, you get back $1. Now, I know that may not seem a lot, but you know, once you pay these bills that you're gonna pay anyway, that money starts to add up. I was able to go away to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and a whole bunch of different things like that just for having a credit card, and that credit card pay for these things. Now, the Amex, in my opinion, is not the best because you only get back 1% for everything. But if you like to travel and things like that a lot, definitely use your Amex in that case, because you get back 4 times the points and 5 times the points. And it's also the best for groceries. So when I go grocery shopping, I also do use the Amex for grocery shopping. But I just wanted to tell you guys that real quick. It's probably not important, but I told you guys I was going to be switching things up in 2023 to show you guys a little bit of different ways of, you know, hack the system and not always use your money and use somebody else's money, and to save a little bit of money, or to hold on to a little bit of money longer until the end of the month. But anyway, let's get right into it, guys. So there's 4 shoes that should have made my top 10 that's not here today. The Mamacita, the Off-White Brooklyn, the Thunder 4, and if you guys could guess the 4th shoe in the comments box below, I'll Cash App or Zelle you guys $25. Now, another shoe that is missing off this list is probably the Air Jordan 4 Thunder. That probably would have been in my top 5, but I had to sell that shoe. I sold it for about $400, and you know, I missed that shoe right now. But started off with at number 10. At number 10, I have the Nike Dunk Low Sandy Bodecker. If we didn't have this shoe, you know, none of the dunks that you see behind me, none of this stuff would have been possible. So shout out to him. At number 9, I gotta go with the Air Jordan 1 85. Other than the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found, this was my favorite one of the year. I love this shoe. If you guys don't know, black is my favorite color, but blue is probably my second favorite, and gray is probably my third, or vice versa. Maybe gray is my second. It depends on the day, honestly, which color I like to wear. I also like to wear a lot of green or, like, you know, olive colors. But this shoe meant a lot to me. I won this shoe off of Sneakers app, and this is why I mean, like, hey, do you guys have a story to tell when you guys have these shoes? And for majority of these shoes that you guys see on this table, I literally have a story about, whether I hit on Sneakers or I met somebody in person, or, you know, showed you guys a video of me, you know, going out there and actually getting the shoe for retail. Because as you guys know, I am a retail poppy. I really hate to pay resale. As a kid, I wasn't able to afford these shoes at resale, so this has been something that I've always done, you know, my whole life. Buy shoes at retail, go wait in lines forever, and things like that. Before there was a StockX, GOAT, the only place people would check their shoes and things like that was at the place that I showed you guys earlier, which was Fight Club, and that's where everybody would compare their prices to. But since there is a bigger aftermarket now, people don't really even look at that like that. They just go there for, like, shopping. And it's a big thing that people like to go see when they're in New York City, because it is like a mainstream store. But this has to be number 9 on my list. My favorite Air Jordan 1, other than the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. Now coming in at number 8, it has to be New Balance. New Balance, you know, changed the game this year. This is my favorite model, the 990 V3. I have a few other 990 V3s here, but the table couldn't fit anything, and I said, you know what, let me just fit one of the newest ones I have on the table. But this is definitely my favorite model of the New Balance, and, you know, they're definitely going to take over the 2 spot in the upcoming year, in my opinion. But very comfortable shoes. They look very nice on feet. I really do like their wave right now. So New Balance is at number 8. All right, at number 7, we have the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe. I love this shoe. I love the way it looks on feet. Very comfortable. You know, you can use this for a purpose, any purpose that you need. And, you know, just like the name says, you can use this for any purpose that you need. This comes in at number 7 on me. I got this shoe off of Restack. The first shoe I ever got a text message from to tell me to go purchase a shoe. Told you guys I got a story for every shoe I got on this table, and just a very dope shoe right here. So that's at number 7. At number 6, this is a tough one, but it definitely has to be the Foam Runner, guys. I know this may surprise you guys, but this is one of my favorite shoes ever. Honestly, without Kanye, none of this would be possible. One of my first videos that I ever seen blow up was an Adidas or a Kanye Yeezy shoe. Other than, well, actually the first shoe that I ever seen blow up on my YouTube channel was the Nike Blazer Low. That was the first shoe I seen, like, okay, I can do this. This, you know what I mean? It's possible to make it on YouTube. That was actually the first shoe, and that's what made me really start going outside after that and not really depending on hitting off of the online sites and just start going back to my roots, because back then I wasn't doing it like that. But anyway, that was actually the first shoe that really made me start saying, like, hey, I can do this YouTube thing. But honestly, the consistency with me posting the Yeezys, that got me some of the best exposure, and that, you know, shoe right there helped me because I show you guys a lot of sizing tips on that, and I feel like you guys love that about the portions of my video. So with that being said, this definitely has to be at number 6. This is just an everyday wearing shoe for me. I just love this shoe all around. All right, now to the top 5, I got a lot of sneakers here, as you guys can see still. And I don't know why I didn't review this shoe, but you guys wouldn't want to see that anyway. But at the top 5, it has to be the Air Jordan 4 Canvas. I love this shoe, man. This is my everyday shoe. If I don't have on a Tom Sachs, if I don't have the foams on, this is my everyday shoe. It doesn't crease up in the toe box. It feels amazing on feet when you go up that half a size. I just love this shoe right here. I got like 3 pair of these. I love this shoe, man. This is one of my favorite shoes right here, guys. So this is at number 5 in my list for 2022. And now number 4, this one, once again, is gonna surprise you guys, but it has to be the Yeezy 350. Like I just said about the foam runner, the Yeezy 350 videos and the Yeezy 350 in general has changed my life. You know, that was the first shoe I ever paid. Not this one exactly. Paid $1,400 for that shoe when it first came out. The one that glowed in the dark at the bottom. $1,400 for that shoe. And that shoe just meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? And the whole Yeezy, you know, means a lot to me. You know, I may not agree with everything he says in the media, but honestly, guys, that guy has made me more money than any other celebrity that I know of. And I love that guy to death, man. That guy has built this channel, you know what I mean? So without his name, you know what I mean, this channel wouldn't be where it's at. I can't even sit here and lie to you guys. So this definitely has to be number 4 on the list, guys. The Yeezy 350 V2, even though this is not a V2, the Yeezy 350 has to be the number 4 spot on my list, guys. So I can't thank that guy enough. Yo, if you ever wind up seeing this video, Yeezy, I appreciate you, man. Keep doing you, keep being yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on the next project, my boy. And, you know, Happy New Year, my dog. So, Kanye, Yee, you know what I mean? Appreciate you, man. You done a lot for me, a lot for a whole bunch of other people. And you helped me look fly throughout the years, man. So, appreciate you, my guys. So, this comes in at number 4. All right, so now where everybody's been waiting for the top 3. And, I mean, I have so many different shoes here, guys. What do you guys think it's going to be? Pause the video real quick, tell me what you think it's gonna be. But you know, number 3 has to definitely be the Travis Scott Mocha, guys. This is my first ever Travis Scott hit. Even though I sold my size 9, like I told you guys a little bit earlier in the video, to trade up for this size and, you know, make $100 and just to hold this shoe to probably make more in the future. This is a dope shoe, guys, right here. I should have never sold my personal size, thinking about it now, but I made that mistake. But this shoe right here is fire, guys. Do you guys like the all black one or this one better? Let me know in the comments box below. But this shoe right here is just fire. This is in my top 3. This is my number 3 shoe of the year. So let's move on. All right, now number 2 definitely has to be the Orange Lobster, guys. Now, the story behind this, if you guys didn't see my Orange Lobster video, make sure you guys go check that out. This is definitely number 2 on my list. The way I was fiending for this shoe, I couldn't even get on camera, guys. And you know I hate paying resale. I paid the high for this shoe. And then I also hit a pair retail for being right in front of Concept. So this shoe definitely has to be number 2 on my list. If you guys also didn't know, I fell in love with SBs this year. And a fun fact of the day, all of the SBs that I have, I've gotten from Concepts this year. And I just love the story behind these shoes. And I just love what they're doing over there. So Nike SB, continue to do what you do. You know, yeah, man, thank you guys for that. So this is my definitely number 2. Hype, everything, you know what I mean? It's just a fire shoe. You definitely gonna get some looks when you're wearing this shoe. All right, and at number 1, you guys already didn't know, it has to be the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found, guys. You know, I waited hours to get this shoe, you know what I mean? And a store that, the only store in America that I know of, dropped it first come first serve, like made it public that they were gonna have it, which was Packer in Teaneck, New Jersey. This is definitely the number 1 shoe of the year in my opinion. I just love this shoe. And literally, if you love Jordan, you gotta have this shoe. You gotta have this shoe, bro. It's like, this is what started it all. Really not an Air Jordan 1 started it, but you know what I mean. This shoe right here is just, oh man, this is my favorite shoe of the year. The history behind it, the way it looks, it really looks like, they really made it feel like, you know, you were buying something that was just left over from, you know what I mean, the late 80s and the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? So I just love this shoe, man. If you guys haven't watched my Lost and Found video, make sure you guys go watch that. The only store in New Jersey or in the world that I know of that made a public post that they were doing this first come first serve. It didn't work out, but you know, just the experience behind, you know, how it went and everything like that was just amazing in my opinion. And you know, that's something I'll never forget. And this has to be the best shoe of the year in my opinion, possibly the best shoe of the decade. I just love this shoe. Next year we supposed to maybe getting a black toe reimagined, but we will see what happens. And I know a lot of you guys may be mad that I didn't put this shoe in the top 10. And for some reason, it just doesn't cut my top 10. I know a lot of people like this, but I just think you guys are just hyping it up. Again, it is a nice shoe, but it can't be in my top 10. It's a nice shoe, but you know, it's a lot of hype behind the shoe for reasons I don't understand. The quality on it is everything. The quilt on the inside is fire, but it's just not in my top 10, guys. Maybe in my top 20, but I can't put it in my top 10. All right, guys, and that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, show your boy some love, and stay tuned. Happy New Year.